Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Kellen here again with Droid Life. We got some special in-house today. As you can see right there, that's kind of giving it away. Montblanc Summit 2 in the building. Why is that important or notable? Well, Montblanc makes nice watches for one, and we happen to be watch guys outside of our Android obsession. This one, though, Montblanc Summit 2, first Wear OS watch to run the Qualcomm Snapdragon 3100 chipset, which is the new one that we hope tries to revive Wear OS. We didn't take a look at their previous one, but this one, because it's the first and it has all of the specs we look for in a smartwatch, we wanted to get it in-house, unbox it, review it, test it, do all that stuff, and let you guys know if, you know, you should even consider forking out the cash, because it's a considerable amount for this guy. So anyways, we're going to dive in. Let's go ahead and unbox this thing. Montblanc Summit 2 time. In terms of packaging, I just wanted to show you everything here, because when you buy a $1,000 watch, you probably maybe wonder kind of how they try to take care of you. They give you in this little pocket thing an empty card that just says Montblanc, and then over here is actually an exchange form in case I don't want this thing. I mean, there's like an intro card that talks about Montblanc and striving for excellence and special things and jewelry and all that stuff. We don't really care. And this is actually a return and exchange form. Anyways, just in case you were wondering what that stuff is, we'll set that aside. So the box is just a plain black box, and it's got a little rip tie thing here, and I have no trust in this actually working. And yeah, it ripped right off there. You know what? We're just gonna do this instead of trying to rip that. So open this up. Montblanc logo there up top, and then that was nice of them to include the confetti style. So anyway, we'll open this stuff up. Here is the watch. Set that there. I do not believe there's anything else in the box that I need to care about. So zoomed in here a bit. Here is the actual box again. So again, Montblanc logo up top here. If we rotate it, Wear OS by Google. Again, Wear OS watch. Flip to the bottom, Montblanc, Wear OS again. There's apps involved. It runs Wear OS. So Summit 2 link there in case anyone wants to go buy one. And then on the back, this shows you the version I have. So Summit 42mm stainless steel case with black calf leather strap. So the watch, haven't talked about this yet, costs $1,000 or $995. It comes in 3 colors: stainless steel, which I got. I'm a stainless steel guy. Also comes in black steel, and then there's a bicolor black stainless steel combo. There's also a titanium version. A titanium version is about $100 more, I think, base over these versions. Depending on the strap you can obviously go up in price from there. So, all right, let's slider out. All right, so little watch outline there. Nothing else on the box as far as I know. So let's open this up too. All right, so in the box is actually kind of cool. So there's the watch, and that's a sticker over top of the actual watch face. But you see this kind of a nice little detail there. It's called the Summit 2. So we got watch the Summit. You guys get it, little compass there. All right, we will flip open the mountaintop, and there is the actual watch. So again, that's just a sticker on the watch face. We'll fire it up in just a second. So let's go ahead and lift that out, set that down. What else is in the box? Well, you got guides. So quick start guide up top. This is a GPS sort of tutorial. I don't know, we need a GPS tutorial, but this is how you get the best performance. And then this is a safety manual, which I also don't think I necessarily need. Toss those aside. In the bottom here is your charging cable and charging cradle. So not wireless charging. You see, it is pin charging. I mean, technically it's kind of wireless, but it does have pins on the bottom that it will charge with. You can see those right there. And here is the cable. Nice threaded, what do I want to call that, braided cable. It is micro USB though, in case you're wondering, not USB-C. You're just charging a watch. It's probably not fast charging, so no need for USB-C, but that is micro USB in your $1,000 watch. All right, let's slide that aside, and let's take a look at this watch. All right, flipping it over here, it looks like it's strapped in. Looks like a little piece of Velcro there. All right, we'll pull that little strap out and unfold, and it shouldn't be attached so that we can get it out. There we go. All right, so here's the watch, and yes, we'll take that sticker off as well. So here's the watch. We'll have to do a little putting together here of the strap, but in hand, I can already tell really, really nice size. So on this right side, you've got two pushers and then a rotating crown. So this is one of the first times in a while we've seen a rotating crown. We saw it on LG's Watch Style and Watch Sport almost 2 years ago now, where you can actually navigate the watch by using that. So up front, we have a 1.2-inch full circle AMOLED display. The resolution, I believe, is 390 by 390, and it is, and that's 327 pixels per inch. Again, inside Qualcomm Snapdragon 3100 processor, first to have that. It runs Wear OS. On the back, we've also got another sticker here. So heart rate monitor there. There are the pins that charge this bad boy. You can see Montblanc Summit there as well. You've got a gig of RAM inside, which is a lot for a smartwatch. 8 gig storage, which is also kind of a lot. I think the base used to be 4 gig. Has integrated GPS. So you've got GPS and heart rate monitoring. You can actually turn this into full-fledged fitness watch if you want. 5 ATM water resistance or 550 meters. Again, 42 millimeter case, sapphire scratch resistant on the glass. 22 millimeter straps, and they are removable. They actually give you quick release switches there on the back, and yeah, stainless steel. Really excited for this. Let's turn it on and get it on the wrist. All right, so I've got it sized up here on this clasp. So again, let's slap it on. I haven't taken all the stickers off. Please ignore that. So sized up. So on the bottom, on the clasp, actually, there's a little Montblanc logo there. So there it is on wrist for the first time. So again, 42 millimeter. Looks like I need to tighten this up. Actually, I'm going to change that strap out, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Nice presence there on the wrist. 42 millimeter has always kind of been a good watch size. So pretty excited that they went 42. All right, so let's turn it on. Press this big old button. Oh, I forgot to mention the rotating crown's there, but that's also a big button. So here's first boot on the Summit 2. See how long this takes. And as that's happening, I'm going to fire up the Wear OS app here on the old Pixel 3 because we're going to need to connect. So animation's still rolling there. First boot can be a little while. Should also point out that Snapdragon 3100 in here, even though it's a brand new chipset and we expect it to do amazing things in terms of battery life, it runs basically the same processor that's in the 2100. So performance-wise, you may not see a giant increase in performance. And I know that's kind of unfortunate to hear, but you may not see a giant performance increase. So anyway, there's just some more tour while this thing is booting up. So again, 22 millimeter straps. You can change these out to whatever. I'm probably going to go with a nylon or a NATO. I don't know if I mentioned that already. Probably did, but I like that more casual look. You can see over there, I've got a Oris running a tan leather. So a little more casual. Black's a little too dressy for me and my line of work. So Wear OS logo. And we are ready to boot up. So I'm going to run through the setup process. I'll be right back. Blazed right on through that setup. And so the first thing I noticed is the watch face. So you may not believe this if you've owned Wear OS watches in the past, but that's actually the ambient display. So one of the big new features with Snapdragon 3100 is that right there, is that the ambient display makes it still look like a normal watch face rather than sort of a goofy ambient display with a couple of markers and maybe your hands. Now you have full watch face. So if I press on it and wake it up, you can see now it's lit up and there's the full watch face, but when it flips back over in ambient, you can still see the watch pretty well. So kind of a cool feature. If we tap on it and wake it up, so again, you've got two pushers, a button, and a rotating crown. So the top pusher is set to this Montblanc fitness coach or running coach that they've implemented. So this is not only just a nice looking $1,000 watch, it's also supposed to be your fitness companion. And with Snapdragon 3100, they're going to build in a sport mode, and I do not believe that's on this yet and will come in an update, but that'll allow you to flip into sport mode and run marathons and ultra marathons and not kill the battery all the way. So as someone who runs, I'm actually really looking forward to that. But this top button does launch into that, and you can say I need to do some setup, so I can't go into that. I didn't mention this earlier, but this watch has NFC in addition to GPS and heart rate. So if you press this bottom pusher, Actually opens up Google Pay, so you can do mobile payments with this watch. And then if you press the big button here on the crown, that's where you get into your sort of app drawer. And if you just kind of scroll through this, you can see it's all like Google Fit's on there, but it does have its own running mode. It has a heart rate monitor. I mentioned that. Media controls, which it looks like are kind of separate on here. There's that running coach I mentioned, stopwatch and timer. And so there's some apps, travel info, weather. So you do have some custom apps from Montblanc on here, but for the most part, it's kind of a classic Wear OS look. This is running the new Wear OS 2.0. So if you pull the shade down, you've got that new look. If I swipe this way, there is Google Fit. So you do have this pusher here that gets you into Montblanc's fitness thing, but from the watch face, you can swipe over and get into Google Fit. So you do have that handy. Over here, if you swipe this way, there's your Google Assistant. And then down here, if I swipe up, this gets me into notifications. And I can actually use the crown to get into this stuff. So if I rotate the crown this way, it'll get me into these notifications. And if I actually rotate it down from here, it'll get me into that setting shade as well. So full-blown Wear OS here. This is actually the newest version. They actually do have an update pending, so there could be some sort of minor changes, which if there are, I'll relay those down in the comments. But just to go into system to show you here, we'll go into About and Summit and version. So Wear OS 2.0 and Android 8.1.0 with August security patch. So that's that. Let's look quickly at some of the watch faces just because they've got some cool ones on here. So here is the Wear OS companion app. I've got that up and you can see some of the watch faces. So the one I'm showing you is this one up top, the 1858, but there's sort of a fitness version. So if I tap on these, it should just load them up. So this is more of a fitness style watch, which got colors. It'll keep track of heart rate and your steps and all that. I've done nothing today and haven't worn this watch at all, so you're not seeing that there. Here's the Boheme Classic. We'll touch that to wake it up. Here's the date version. So you can see that there. A couple of these are pretty basic. This is a really, really minimal watch face in all black. Should be great on the battery life. So super minimal there. I was using this earlier. It's sort of a chronograph racing style with sort of a panda watch face look. Very cool. You've got the white subdials, and then when it flips over to ambient, those go black to preserve battery life, but actually very, very nice looking. There's a couple of minimal ones down here as well. So these are the ones that come out of the box. You can obviously, because this is Wear OS, load up whatever you want on there. To change watch faces, obviously it's just a long press. And then from here, you can either switch or you can actually change some of this stuff. So for this one, for example, you can change styling a little bit. So here we've got hours. Here I can switch over to minutes. Down here, just markers with no numbers. So you can decide which kind of watch face style you want. We swipe over, change the color of the dial. You could go with blue if you want. Swipe over here. You can actually tap and change these complications to be sort of whatever you want. You could leave it empty. You could have it do seconds. You can even go third-party apps on there. Swipe over, and then you can set your watch face. So now I have a blue one, and I'm actually curious to see what this looks like in ambient mode. I'm guessing it might be black rather than blue. If it actually will flip over. And there it goes. So it actually does go back to the black one, but it still looks very much like a watch face. So I think that's about it. Very, very well-built watch. It is $1,000 though. I'm not going to recommend everyone go out and buy this thing. See the crown with some details there. It's very nice. And the 42 millimeter size is a fantastic watch size. Most smartwatches are 46, 47, 45, 44 millimeter. They're all very big. 42 is great. Certainly going to test this out a lot. I'm going to take it on runs. I'm going to work out with it. I'm also going to, just wear it every single day. See how the battery life is. I'll let you guys know what's going on with it. And can't wait to tell you how the 3100 performs, especially with that low power co-processor, which I don't think I mentioned that, which is what they're using to expand battery life. I'm going to flip this into a special watch mode, which I also don't think I mentioned, which turns off all the smart features and then gives you this really lengthy, just plain watch experience. Can't wait to test that. Overall, very excited. If you have comments, questions, or you want to know anything else in particular about the Montblanc Summit 2, let me know. Otherwise, we are Droid Life. Peace.